world's largest cupcake is 1,224 pounds, has 2 million calories, and used 800 eggs to make. It's 4 feet tall and 10 feet wide. We will teach you how to make chocolate cupcakes today. They won't be as big as the world's largest cupcake, but they'll be just as good. These cupcakes were tried and tested in the Hershey's kitchen. Today we will teach you how to make Hershey's perfectly chocolate cupcakes. We will show you how to prepare them, how to mix them, how to bake them, and how to frost them.
Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is mix all the dry ingredients together. So we have 2 cups of sugar and 1 3/4 cups of flour. And if you let your sugar set too long, it will harden. So you just want to tap on your sugar. Oh, and then it all falls out. And then we have a 1 3/4 cup of gold medal flour, which is recommended by Hershey's. We have 3/4 of a cup of Hershey's cocoa, which has the best flavor, and then a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon and a half of baking powder, and a teaspoon and a half of baking soda. And then
we're going to mix all the dry ingredients together, and we suggest using a wooden spoon because it mixes it well.
And then you can break up the hard sugar clumps if your sugar does harden. And then you want to distribute the cocoa pretty evenly so that you don't see any chunks of cocoa. Otherwise, you might get a bite of chocolate cupcake that doesn't have any chocolate in it, which wouldn't be good. And then you want to make sure that you break up all the baking soda and salt and baking powder, because if you get a chunk of that, it doesn't taste very good either. And then now we're ready to use our KitchenAid mixer, which is recommended by us because it's a good brand for mixers. And then we're going to put all of our wet ingredients in. So we have 2 eggs, which we're going to crack first into a bowl because you don't want to have your eggshells break into the batter and then have loose eggshells, and it's easier to fish them out of a bowl rather than the batter. So 2 eggs, and then we're just going to add these in as it's stirring slowly so that
we'll put it on a slow speed just to stir it.
And then we have a cup of milk and half a cup of vegetable oil. And then we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And that's going to stir for 2 minutes on medium speed. And then, so while you're waiting for that, we can line our muffin tins with our muffin liners, and we would suggest you use paper liners instead of greasing it, because then you don't have to clean up the mess, which would, if you do grease it, it'll probably stick to the pan. So use your paper liners, and then we like them in pastel colors for the spring. And then we have,
you want to boil water, but we can't boil water right now, so we're using this. And you want about a cup of water, and you slowly add it in. If you add it all at one time, it will all come out of the mixer and it'll make a big mess. So you don't want that to happen.
and then while you're mixing it, you can set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we'll just let the water mix in, and then we will put it, you can put it into a liquid measuring cup to pour it into the batter, since it's slotted and it goes in easier rather than using the bowl it comes in. So then we're just going to pour some of the batter into the cups, and you're going to want to fill them 2/3 full so it doesn't overflow. And then, how long does it go in the oven?
We bake them for 22 to 25 minutes, and you can tell when they're done if you stick a toothpick in them and it comes out clean. If there's still stuff on it, when it comes out of the oven, if there's still stuff on the toothpick, then they're not done and you want to put them in for a little longer. And we suggest using oven mitts so you don't burn yourself. And when you you take them out, you want to cool them completely on the wire racks.
And then that's for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then when you're done cooling them, you can frost them. And then we got this recipe from the back of the Hershey's box, and under the cake recipe is a recipe for Hershey's perfectly chocolate frosting, which is the frosting we made. And then, or you can just buy store-bought frosting if you don't want to make your own. And then you just take like a tablespoon or so, and you can just spread it on top, and then you can serve it with a nice cold glass of milk. And then there's a few warnings for when you eat it.
If you have allergies to chocolates or nuts, you wouldn't want to eat them. And when you're baking them at home, if you have like a cat or a dog, you don't want to feed them the chocolate because it could kill them.
So today we have demonstrated how to make delicious chocolate cupcakes and how to frost them. You learned the preparation for them, how to mix them, how to bake them, and how to frost them. Most Americans are big fans of chocolate, which is the main ingredient in our cupcakes. ExtremeChocolate.com reported that Americans consume almost half the world's chocolate products. So the next time you're craving something chocolatey, here's a new recipe that can satisfy your sweet tooth.